Alright, so this is Mr. Bowles' life science class. This Prezi shows the cellular processes of photosynthesis and cellular respiration. In this segment, we are only going to go through photosynthesis, look at the chemical reaction involved in it, look at all the processes involved in photosynthesis at the plant cell level. Okay, so obviously for photosynthesis we definitely need some sunlight going in there. So we're going to follow this sunlight down into the plant cell of a leaf. Okay, so we're going to go down the sunlight arrow, and we also mix the sunlight up with carbon dioxide to help make food for the plant. Alright, and here we have the leaf, and we're going to zoom down into the plant cell level. Okay, so at the plant cell level, when we're talking about photosynthesis, we're going to be working with the chloroplast specifically. We learned about chloroplast when we talked about cellular parts, and specifically in the plant cell. And in the chloroplast, you have a mixture of carbon dioxide, which we had already talked about before, sunlight, and water. Okay, you water your plants for a good reason, right? So the idea here is that you actually have a certain number of molecules of carbon dioxide and water coming into each to make food for the chloroplast. Okay, you actually have 6 of each. Okay, so you have 6 carbon dioxide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you also have 6 molecules of water, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, the mixture of all 3 of these in the chloroplast, and specifically in the chlorophyll, help make glucose. Alright, here we go. Alright, so glucose, the formula for glucose is C6H12O6. And there's a little bit of a waste product of oxygen, or O2. Okay, this process is called photosynthesis, the mixture of sunlight with carbon dioxide and water, making glucose and oxygen. It happens in the chloroplast, like I was saying before. The stroma and the thylakoids are not something that we're going to talk about, but inside of the thylakoids are where the chlorophyll, the pigment, the green pigment that actually attracts sunlight, is held. So that's mainly where like the solar panels of the plant cell are. Okay, let's go on. So this is the actual reaction. The thing, the reaction that we were just talking about, the visual representation of it. So with this, it's considered 6 carbon dioxide, like we had talked about before, 6 water molecules. All right, those are added up together, combined with sunlight. Chlorophyll is where all of this reaction happens. Okay, that like green pigment. All right, where all that reaction happens. The product of all this is glucose. All right, glucose is C6H12O6. Okay, a lot of 6's here. Good thing to remember. Okay, and then we also have 6 molecules of oxygen, or O2 to be more specific, as a leftover. Okay, produces oxygen so we can benefit from it. If we didn't have these guys here, we wouldn't be alive. Okay, so let's go on. Okay, so oxygen can be either released or can be used in cellular respiration. So again, we have, these are O2 molecules. We have 6 of them being released. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, it can be released to the environment, or it can be actually used in cellular respiration. Okay, and we'll go on to this. Alright, so oxygen is actually used in cellular respiration, and cellular respiration occurs in the mitochondria. Alright, so this isn't something we've really talked about before, but we know that the mitochondria makes what? ATP, right? Energy. Okay, so we need some stuff like oxygen, and we need glucose in order to help make energy. Okay, so remember, glucose is the food that the plant uses to make energy. Okay, and next step is the mitochondria, cellular respiration. And we're going to hold out to talk about this until the next session. So please review if you missed anything, and we'll meet again next session. So just to make sure that you made it all the way to the end of the screencast, one other part of your assignment is to give me a high five on the way into class. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.